Hi, or welcome to Gideon Insights channel. So today I have here with me some two important people from Kobe College and then Springfield College. Um, we were classmates way back in high school, and then they are going to talk to you guys about like their application process and the journey that they went through to secure a full scholarship here in the United States, and then the consult that helped them with the application. And then if you want to know more about the consult, just stay tuned to this video and enjoy this video. Subscribe to my channel, turn on the post notification button so that if I upload any video, you'll be the first person to see it. Enjoy this video and yeah. Tell us your name and the college you are in right now, and the college level and the major. You can start from.
Yeah, so Enoch Itianini, currently a computer science major at Springfield College in Massachusetts. Yeah, I'm currently a sophomore as well.
Cool.
Yeah, my name is Derek Ajmendia, and I'm also a sophomore, and I'm studying computer science at Colby in Maine.
Which high school did you graduate from?
So I graduated from Adventist Senior High School in 2020.
Yeah, same. Adventist High 2020.
Oh, so when did you guys decide to apply to schools in the US?
I decided to apply, I think, right from high school. Like once we graduated from high school, that was in 2020, like late December. That's when I decided to apply because there was a program hosted by enriching, one of those guys in the college application stuff. So yeah, I heard about him and I decided to try, give it a try.
Yeah, I think um, same situation as mine because in high school I heard about SAT in high school, and right after high school I decided to also give it a try.
So did you take SAT? And then if you want to share with us the score that you had.
Yeah, I took the SAT and I had 1500 plus. I don't really remember the actual number, but it was something 1500. Yeah.
Okay, cool. What about you,
Yeah, I did. I actually did it twice. So the second time I had a 1480.
Oh, so did any consult like help you to apply for schools here in the US, or like you did it by yourself?
Yeah, I think I work with Yav Ghana. So Yav Ghana is in Marseille, Idiase, around the K University area. And they really help like high school students, and also right now they are also helping like with master's application and stuff. So yeah, I worked with the Ghana and they helped me with from SAT till like application, and even right now they are also helping me with other stuff in college. So it's not like only just SAT, but it's like the whole college process. Yeah.
Okay. What about you,
Yeah, for me, the initial parts of the application process was basically myself and some friends.
Hmm.
Yeah, but it wasn't that much myself though, because the friends I had also had consults that were helping them. So it was that second-hand help I had from the consults. But yeah, getting to the late stages, like I think a year to me moving to the US, I got help from Codon, that's led by Salon Promise. So yeah, that was when I had a real consult working with
Oh,
to help with the application process.
so what are some of the basic things that you guys did to apply for schools here? People want to apply to schools in the US. What are some of the tips and the basic things that they needed to apply to schools?
Okay, so I think the first thing that you need is to get your high school stuff together, like the transcript, your WASI, and other certificate that you gain through our high school. And yeah, and then you work on the main application. Yeah,
So
I
what
think.
is in the main application? People want to know like what is in the
All
main.
right. So the main application, it deals with like, I think the major part of it is the common app essay, and then your activities, and then your recommendation letters, yeah, and then your supplemental essays.
Is there like anything that you use to apply for schools in the US or in Canada? Like, is there like maybe a specified website that?
Yeah. So there is this thing called the Common App, and many schools are on this app. And then so it's like one app, and then like it's your application goes to like you add more schools, and then your application goes to like multiple schools.
Oh, what are your experiences, with basic
Uh,
you need to apply for schools in the US?
yeah, pretty much what he said. You have to get your documents ready, like from high school, your results and those kind of stuff, recommendations from your counselors and teachers as well. So like usually that such information is available on the Common App website. So once you are filling the profile, you'll be asked to provide those stuff. So you just have to get them ready at the time you're applying. And yeah, I think basically that's all you need. And yeah, with help from consults, you'll be guided to do the right stuff because it
Yeah.
isn't just about putting the stuff together or like just submitting. You have to like organize them well, and all these things have to be descriptive enough of you. Yeah, I think that
Yeah,
will
I
help.
think one thing that I'll add is like when you are in high school, I think one thing that kind of delayed the process for me was like back in high school, I didn't like try to gather like those documents down and stuff like that. But I think when you are working on the application right now, you should, and you are in high school, you should try as much as possible to get all these documents down, especially there. Let your teachers know like in advance that you need recommendation letters and stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay, so what are some of the tips that you advise people concerning like writing common up essays and then maybe supplemental essays or stuff like that? Do you guys have like any tips that you want to give to the audience about essays?
Um, for me, I feel like through my experience, it's kind of like you have to be doing it like more. You have to put much effort into writing because like the typical Ghanaian student doesn't write that much like on the usual. So I feel like once you start writing much, it shouldn't be like just application essays or you should just be writing about yourself or like anything you feel like you're interested in or anything because it really comes to help you once you start to write like such stuff like application essays because you feel comfortable putting in your experience into words and yeah, I think that helps with the application. So
Yeah. And with the supplemental essays too, I think you should spend more time researching about the school that you're applying to so that you get more information to put into your essay.
So, how many schools did you guys apply to? I mean,
Uh,
it's been long, but if you guys remember, like, number of schools.
it's a numbers game, right? So
I mean, you can give a range though. It's fine.
uh I don't really remember, but it's a numbers game. What I can say is it's a numbers game. So you just try to apply more. Yeah.
What about you? Do you remember any?
yeah, you have to do as much as you can because you never know where you would get in because it's kind of like you're profiling yourself, so
Yeah.
you never know which school you would really fit into. So just have to do as much as you can as my application. Just put it out there. You never know.
So, based on the previous interviews that I did with other girls, they said we have something called early decision, regular decision, and then early action. Do you guys have like any insights about what these things mean, and then how you help other people know like more information about the ED1, ED2, RD?
Okay, I think for the early decision part, you are binded to the school that like you choose. So it's you send your application to like only just one school and then hoping that you get in. And if you get in, you are like binded to that school, right? So yeah, that's the whole thing about early decision. And then you get your decisions early. Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, that's what he just described. I think they have that system in place so that they get colleges get the right students they want. I don't know if I'm putting it right because recently it's kind of been like a show of that some people get admissions into like 20 schools or like multiple schools, so they tend to like turn down offer admission offers from some schools. So the ED and the EA staff, they basically like bind you to the school you choose, and I think a priority is also given to the people on the ED or the EA as to
Yeah.
the ones with the regular decision, because you agree that you drop all other applications once you're admitted to that particular college.
So did you guys get in ED1, RD, or ED2? Or rolling
Yeah, so for me, I got rejected during the ED1 round and I got accepted during the ED2 round. Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, I didn't get into any ED school. I think it was just the regular decision step that I got in. I just got a wait list on the ED.
Okay, so how was your reaction when you realized that okay, you've gotten admitted into this particular school? Like, who was the first person that you talked to about the admission?
Okay, so I remember after I got rejected from my ED1, I was waiting on one school like Reed because Reed's decision came came very late around. It came around I think January, yeah, and Reed was an early action school for me. So and I had hope that I'll get into Reed, yeah. So I was just waiting, and then I I had a decision during like I think around January, and then also yeah, and around that time too, I had a hint too from Kobe that I'll get in. There is some kind of
What is it? What is the hit?
uh so basically Kobe gives like with rights, yeah, and we um we I don't know how to put it. It's like we
You make the assumption that when you get a waiver, like you
yeah
get
yeah well
yeah.
when you get a waiver, it means that you are getting admission. Yeah. So, but it's not true. It's not true because I have seen instances where people got the waiver but they couldn't get admission. Yeah. So that thing is not true. Yeah.
Mm.
So yeah, during that time I had the waiver and my read decisions also came in. So when the actual admission for Colby came, it wasn't like the feeling that because I had like I knew that I'll get in, so I wasn't
Yeah.
more excited. Like yeah,
You get in read though.
yeah, I got into read. Yeah,
Cool. So what made you choose like Kobe over Reed?
I think it was the aid.
Oh,
Yeah, the aid was the first factor I considered. Yeah.
what about you? What are your experiences with the reaction when you got into the school, into Springfield? And then did you get into
Yeah, so
more than one school?
yeah, I got into a couple of schools. So yeah, the first decision I got, yeah, I think that was early December or something. It wasn't the top choice I had, like the college I wanted to, so it wasn't that much of a huge thing for me because I was waiting on the other decisions like come the March the next year. So I wasn't really that much excited at that time because I was waiting on other schools. Besides that school at that time didn't have that much funding, so I was waiting on the schools for the next cycle. So when it got to that time that I really didn't get that kind of school I wanted to, it wasn't that like a big deal or something I should say. Yeah, but yeah, I felt at that time the time I got the first decision, it was kind of like a good feeling because you realize that the stuff you put in together like actually meant something to like how do I say the admission counselors.
Okay, so after like getting admission, you proceed to the visa process and everything.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
did anyone help you like with the process, or you did it yourself?
I think with the visa process for me, because I was part of YAP, so it was like a group thing, right? So we were sharing information among ourselves. Yeah. So that was basically how I survived during that period.
What about you, Enoch?
Yeah, for me as well, we had a group, so we used to hold mock interviews and stuff. Like we take rounds interviewing ourselves and asking like probable questions that one might have on an interview day. So yeah, that was much the practice that we used to have to prepare for the interview.
So there is a difference between when you get admitted into a school and when you get your visa approved. Like, how can you give us a brief like scenario of how the day went when you went to the VU, like the experiences that you had over there at the visa embassy?
So every time I remember that day, it's just funny. So when I went to the interview, like there was a certain guy before me who was like having the interview with the man. So there was this like blackboard man, very famous guy, during that period. Yeah. So there was this guy interviewing with that. He was like interviewing before me. So yeah, I was just in line waiting to be called. And then I saw the guy rejected. Yeah, in front of me. So it was, I was very afraid. And then when it was my turn, I just got there. He asked me a couple of questions. I showed him my I-20. He went in to verify from someone, came back again, went in again like for 3 times. And then for the last time, he told me to just stand here.
Hey.
Like at that point, Charlie. And then he interviewed another guy to then bounce that
Wait,
guy.
so like you weren't approved when he said like stand somewhere.
No. Told me to wait. Then called another guy, bounce that guy in front of him. So just imagine. And then after he bounced that guy, he called me and said, like, here is your like white paper, and then I'll take your passports. Charlie.
Hard. What about you, Enoch?
Yeah, the embassy is quite a strange place to be. Like I think the kind of environment there, because it's like the final part of moving to the US or like out for studies, I would say, because that's the main part after the college application and all that stuff. So, but for me, we were quite a few on that day because it was around November, so I didn't really have that pressure of like lots of people around and getting to hear what was going on with them. So it was a short experience. I would say it didn't last that long to like make me feel anxious or anything that much. But I was actually anxious like before going in there because I knew that life depended on that decision. So I felt anxious about that.
So so right now, like the college that you're in right now, do you have Ghanaians there or do you have like friends? Have you made friends so far in your college?
Yeah,
Yeah,
for Kobe, there are a lot of Ghanaians here. We are about more than 20. So it feels more like home. Yeah.
Okay.
yeah. Here we I think we are about 10. Yeah, we are about 10 here. A few of them were actually born here. Most of us are from Ghana. So you get to
So
see people around.
so do you like your experience so far? Would you recommend like other people to apply to your school that you're in currently? And then lastly, would you recommend the consult that helped you? I mean, maybe probably you did it by your own, but would you recommend the consult that helped you for other people to apply through that consult?
Yeah. So yeah, I recommend Kobe to anyone who is applying. Here is show, and if you are from Ghana too, you have a lot of Ghanaians here to help you with all the things that you need. Yeah, so definitely.
Now, what about the consult aspect?
And the consult too, yeah, you have Ghana. I think you have Ghana is really good when it comes to like college application. And it's not just about college application, right? It's about like the entire college process. So they guide you from like SAT process through to the college application itself to visa process. Then when you come to college, so they have like people that will mentor you, that will help you throughout college. So yeah, you have Ghana to I recommend it to everyone out there to give it a try and be part of that foundation.
Cool. What about you, Enoch?
It's been a great experience so far. Uh, we've been learning a lot, and yeah, and also with the college, I feel like if you want to, it depends on your major, I would say, because some of the colleges are like they do pretty much well in some specific majors. So if it is health science or the sports stuff that you really wanted to do, then Springfield would be a good place for you. But something related to the like engineering or the other typical sciences, there wouldn't be that much of a fit. And with the consult, yeah, Kodan has been doing quite great recently with the number of admissions that the, the guys get into. And I feel like yeah, if you want to start the whole application stuff, it's a great choice to join Kodan.
Yeah.
Okay, so one last question. I mean, this is it's not part of like the main questions that people want to hear. You guys did science and math quiz. Like, how did science and math quiz like help you with Kali stuff? Does it have like any actual benefit that you get here on campus in the US? Yeah, anyone of you can start.
Yeah, definitely it does. It helps with uh primarily it has to do with academic stuff, like the stuff you're gonna learn in the first few years, because there will be stuff you already know about, being it calculus or physics or the introductory like computer science classes, or those stuff will be quite easier for you because you have the background from the quiz. It really helps you to push through. But besides the academic stuff, it also has advantages because you get to know people, like the guys from other schools. You get to know you get to be in contact with those kind of people because it helps in like, the application itself. You, those guys really know what goes into the application itself because they have past contestants who have been there before. And I think yeah, that aspect also helps.
Yeah, I think I also agree with like the network part. Like you get to meet a lot of people, and then also for the academics too, I think it really helps because I took a chemistry class last semester, and our final exam was like I think 80 questions. We were supposed to finish in like 50 minutes, and
Ah,
not for like that science and math quiz, like speed training and stuff, like calculating things faster. I wouldn't have like finished that week
mm.
because, nah, yeah. So
So,
it helps.
so like a lot of our adult students are not here. Like, what are you guys going to contribute to the adult community for them to apply for schools in the US? Maybe you cannot contribute like physically, but based on this video that you're doing right now, like what are the stuff that you say to them that they should get motivated to apply to schools in the US?
Yeah, it's for now it's primarily has to do with like mentorship, like getting in contact with them, like putting that information out there. It's possible to like apply to colleges, and you see that the stuff that are available like scholarships. Then
Mhm.
you just have to give them that information because we can't really do much now. Like we don't have the resources to, but just sharing that information and convincing them to give it a try. I think it's the way to help people from our school.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think if you are someone from Adas or if you go to Adas, you SAT is not a thing in Adventist senior high. Yeah, that's the truth.
Yeah.
So I think right now what I can do is to like like in what Enoch said, share the information, try to get people on board, try to like let them know this is something that can bring you to the US and then guide them through the whole process. Yeah.
Okay. So guys, the three of us went to Adas. We all graduated in 2020, and then yeah, we have other Adas people too here. So thank you for listening to this video. I'll see you in my next video. Subscribe to my channel and then get to know more about studying the US here with me. Peace out.